Two grown men had never seen The Simpsons. It's America's barley basket.
I had a buddy go to auctioneer school, and he said they had like a whole fucking book of those tongue twisters, the
Interesting.
fucking rubber baby buggy bumpers and all that, except the long ones, like compound sentences that you're trying to fucking rattle off.
My grandfather dreamed of me going to auctioneer school.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Why didn't that come to pass?
He would have loved it. He was a hoarder, is the term what we now use. Back then, he was just the guy that bought tons of shit at an auction sale.
Yep. It's funny now how we have reframed those people, I think, more properly.
You know, being in the auction sale world probably ain't that much different in some ways than being in the comedy world. You're working weekends.
Do you have any other similarities
Yeah.
than that?
I mean, you're holding a microphone. You're in front of people.
I feel like this is still pretty different than the comedy world.
It has a lot more heavy. That's the thing. You do the auction business. It's not like you just sit down and start auctioneering. Like you and your crew are setting shit up and fucking moving equipment. That's a lot. That Thursday is a long day, I bet, or that Friday, depending when.
What I remember from my youth, I think the slickest move that I ever saw from an auctioneering standpoint, one of the local auctioneers also owned the chuck wagon. And it's like that, now you're making money, baby.
I think we call that the double dip.
Yeah, he would auctioneer and she would run the chuck wagon, his wife.
Look at
She'd
that.
be slinging fucking chips and sloppy joes, and he'd be out there hollering.
What a life.
Printing money.
Yeah. Oh, man. No finer sloppy Joe than an auction sloppy Joe.
As a largely non-sloppy Joe fan, I'm going to agree with you big time.
Because we discussed it earlier, on the last way back from Fargo to Minneapolis, I stopped at the goddamn White Castle just to get some sloppy Joe sliders. That is, I'm telling you, man, that is not a bad way to live. Having accessible sloppy joes that you don't have to get out of your car for. Man, we have become so fat.
The American dream.
What do you mean I gotta stand up to eat sloppy joes? My shoes are so tight.
Because my ankles are so swollen. All the sodium in these sloppy joes.
So delectable.
I like a sloppy joe is fine. I am absolutely never craving one.
Oh, no shit. I crave a lot of trash. I crave a sloppy joe occasionally, crave a bologna sandwich occasionally, so those things speak to me.
Brother, I crave trash. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm on your team.
Yeah.
But never either of those flavors. I don't know how hot a take it is or if it's going to end this whole video call right here. I do not and have never liked bologna. Not once. Fucking A.
You're not going to get a complaint from me. I get it.
It's terrible. It doesn't taste good.
Bologna is the kiss of sandwich meats.
If you don't like it, I get it.
Yeah, but I love it.
Yeah, nope, not a bologna person. Are you a person who does or has been a cold hot dog eater? Because that, I think, is the same level. The repulsiveness of both fit in the same folder.
Oh, I've been hammered and ate some cold hot dogs before.
Oh, I just can't. How do you do it?
I've lied in bed eating cold hot dogs before. I am not proud.
Fuck. That's
I am not proud of these moments in my life. No shirt, hot dog juice on my chest.
You put them in a bowl, or you just bring in that pack?
Oh, dude, they are getting gripped. I got, eating cold hot dogs with a big cup of room temp tap or cold out of the tap water.
Holy fuck, that's amazing.
Gotta drink this water.
So terrifying.
I was doing it, and it's like it's a health measure. Like,
All around me are familiar faces. Just pushing whole hot dogs into your face.
Pushing
like a
one-
log splitter.
Pushing one in and another one starts poking back out. I'm going to save this one.
Mad world. Holy shit.
Or my more so go-to move when I'd come home hammered, individual sliced American cheese.
You know, I am not a huge fan of that either. Like, I love a fucking a plastic non-cheese, you know, take it out of the fucking wrapper and slap it on a sandwich. Totally fine, but there is something about standing there and eating it that I think is lunacy.
Well, what you got to do is lay down in bed.
Oh, that's where I have it wrong. Okay.
You got to get horizontal, baby.
Oh, that's the key. Okay. My bad.
Just nibbling on a piece of cheese like a fucking white trash alcoholic rat, and then just slugging down fucking 10 ounces of fucking tap water.
Like, I don't quite know what the divide is in my head, but if I got a brick of fucking chunk cheese or a bag of shredded cheese, I'll eat that standing in the refrigerator door. But there's something about that plastic cheese, like, nope, that's got to be incorporated with something.
I don't know if I've ever taken a pinch of shredded cheese and eaten it plain.
Oh, just put it in your lip like a big league chew, like a big old fucking Kobe Jack Levi Garrett, you know?
Yeah, I only buy shredded cheese if it's for like a meal, so it's usually gone pretty quick, if that
You
makes
buy
sense.
it for something specific.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to make taco meat, so I'll have some shredded cheese. I just fucking go until the cheese is gone.
I also only buy it for something specific, but now it's in the house, which means it's up for grabs, you know?
You're eating plain tacos because you went too hard in the paint the night before.
I have eaten cheeseless tacos because I ate myself out of cheese by accident the day before. Listen, it's not great. It's not a perfect way to live.
Staring at that empty cheese container on top of the garbage.
Aww.
Reaching for it, you got to remind yourself it's all gone.
Shaking it, trying to get some dust out of the bottom. Yeah. There's always some cheese crumbles in the bottom.
One cricket falls out. Oh,
I got a cricket in my taco.
It'll find its way out.
Oh shit. Yeah, but I just can't eat fucking sliced cheese for whatever reason. I'll fucking just take a brick of chunk cheese like an animal and just stand there. Just get like plugs of tobacco. All cheese is very analogous to tobacco now that I think about it.
It's weird. I'm a fancy boy when it comes to that. I don't know if I've ever ate chunk cheese that I didn't cut with a sharp knife and put on a plate.
Really?
Look at me go.
You're not just grabbing the brick and taking a big chunk out of it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Look at the one thing I'm new to the block of cheese game. Like I didn't start buying that shit till like 10 years ago. I wasn't hammered and 22 years old with block cheese around.
I mean, I don't need to be hammered for it.
Could just be 1 p.m. this afternoon.
Ooh, habanero jack.
One big bite out of the middle.
Holding it like a big harmonica and just taking a bite straight out of the center. Yeah. Cheese harmonica. Yeah. Oh. You know what I was eating at 1 p.m. today, Nathan?
Ooh, do tell.
Daddy wanted something to eat, knew that I didn't have time before the podcast started to like make something or go. What I need to do is go grocery shopping. My cupboards are pretty fucking bare. I've been living off cottage cheese the last 36 hours. But it was lunchtime, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go get something, but it's got to be quick, and I'm not putting pants on. I'm going out in my basketball shorts, and it's fucking 2 degrees here. So that means drive-through. We've narrowed it down to drive-through.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a plan. I just let the spirit take me, and it drove me past plenty of places I could have stopped at, and I stopped at motherfucking Arby's.
Hey, there we go. What'd you go with?
I went with a not the meal, just the sandwich. I got the half-pound roast beef sandwich, the biggest of the 3 roast beef sandwiches, and a root beer. And I know that I'm a sucker, but if you have a new item that you have like big placard advertisements for, I'm buying one. I'm that idiot. So I got an order of their new mac and cheese balls.
Deep fried quail eggs.
I would try it. I will always try the new fast food item you're advertising, and or the new Mountain Dew flavor that you have stuck in the cooler. I am fucking game. I'm a gambler.
I am convinced when it comes to fast food new things that eventually I'm going to hit a point in my life that people think I'm lying about Taco Bell having chicken nuggets.
Oh, because I know that was real, though, because Minneapolis was a test market.
I might have to call you sometime years down the road.
Marlon, what did Taco Bell used to serve? Chicken nuggets. Okay, bye.
You have like a Post-it note in front of your phone with like the 7 things you might have to say if I call. He was home reading.
They're all organized in chronological order.
Yeah.
Oh, 2019? Yeah, no, he did wear Skechers.
Because the reason I bring up the chicken nugs at Taco Bell is I guess they've been 86. Like they're not going to go forward with them, which is heartbreaking.
What?
Yep.
All I heard about was how great they were.
Yep. Doesn't that if anything, they're going to become like a once in a while treat, like the McRib.
Okay. I mean, that's better than never, but
yeah. If they don't ever bring them back, I'm going to fantasize about those like most well-adjusted men would fantasize about a woman from their youth. Just me on a starlit beach eating chicken nuggets. Chris Isaac's Wicked Game is playing.
You take down that old classic Farrah Fawcett poster and put up a hand-drawn picture of these nuggets.
Just a picture out of an industry magazine for fast food. They were really good. Oh, guys, I'm not joking. They were really good.
And the landslide brought me down.
Me in traffic, just fucking lamenting the days I could eat chicken nuggets at Taco Bell. That's the kind of thing, lying in bed with a woman. What you thinking about? There's a good chance to be those nugs.
Taco Bell chicken nuggets, Minneapolis, a test market in 2023. What? What'd you say, Rain Man?
She just says, "That's nice, dear," slowly rolls over and reactivates Tinder on her phone.
Reinstalls Tinder.
Sends out an SOS.
Oh, shit. Texts a friend to have her call, say that one of her parents died or something, just to get her out of this.
Yeah. Oh, baby, the dipping sauce was so good. We didn't deserve them. They were too tasty.
We didn't know how good we had it.
Yeah. How can I bring children into a world like this? This is what radicalizes me. This is what makes me go off the grid.
Holy shit.
What led you to starting a Antifa splinter cell? Well, do you remember the summer of 2023?
You remember the Taco Bell chicken nuggets Minneapolis test market in 2023?
They have them. They refuse to give them to the proletariat.
You're in the Michigan UP wearing camo.
Got blue pilled by chicken nuggets.
I haven't paid taxes in 11 years. You got a big mountain man beard.
They knew what would happen if the working class tasted these nuggets. They'd know what a positive future could be like.
Been eating squirrel and wild onion for the last 11 years.
I won't eat anything good until it's Taco Bell chicken nuggets again.
Bury a bus in the side of a mountain living out of that.
They could have got Ted Kaczynski off back on the rails if they would have just brought up some Taco Bell chicken nuggets. Oh wait, so this is what end stage capitalism means? Well, sign me up.
I've always heard how good the nacho fries are too. I've never had them, but that means that there was a glorious time early this year where Taco Bell had the best fries and the best nugs in the game.
And fourth best Mexican food. Well, that's any Mexican fast food. The Mexican food's the worst thing on the menu. Every Taco John's in America closes in 36 hours if they discontinue potato olays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm somebody who fucking loves Taco John's, but it's the Olays that are the star there. Yeah. The Olays are the Vanna. The rest of the food is the Sajak. You can put anyone in that role.
I will disagree with that. I'm Team Sajak, but for the sake of our...
There is no Team Sajak.
He's got witty banter.
No, he doesn't. Pat Sajak, he looks like he doesn't even want to be there.
I mean, that is probably not a lie at this point.
Pat Sajak looks like he's being inconvenienced all the time.
I like my game show host to not suffer fools all the time. Trebek had a lot of that in him.
Yeah, Trebek did. Trebek was fucking good. Sajak, I just don't... I think Sajak is very bland. I think you could. I think you could put anyone in that role, and it couldn't be worse. You know,
this is unbelievable. He is the captain of that ship, and he's been steering it to success for 38 years.
No, I maintain it's got nothing to do with him.
God, yeah, it's hard to imagine that show without either of them.
Well, Pat's leaving, at the end of this year, I think, or next year.
I wonder, does that mean Vanna's leaving?
Last I knew, no. Last I knew, she was sticking around.
Man, what a run.
1985, she started.
Yeah, she's got to go to her 40-year anniversary.
Yeah, which is coming up. She started Wheel of Fortune the year I was born.
So she has a 20-odd year head start on you. Mm-hmm. And it somehow looks younger.
Oh, by a lot. She looks far younger than I do.
She's ridiculous. Most women at that age, if they're trying to look young, it looks off. But with her, it doesn't.
Yeah, whatever she has done it right.
Yeah, she must won. I'm sure she's won the genetic lottery in some way,
Yeah.
This age is better than the rest of us. I wonder so she's 38, 39 years in. I wonder what the longest running Barker's Beauty was.
Oh, I have no
some
idea.
of them women were there my whole childhood. And they weren't young then. So that means they probably started in the 70s, you know? Like, God, yeah. There was the same 2 or 3 women there as long as I can ever remember watching that show.
I guess I didn't know that they were like a regular crew and weren't
totally.
a rotating door. I never watched much Price is Right. Like, I watched the same way everyone my age did. If you're homesick from school, then maybe. Also, not even that, because we had a huge swath of my childhood where we got no television, not even locals. So
No shit, really? Yeah, you've talked about that. That had to be just a thing that your dad didn't want it, because if there's a will, there's a way. You get an antenna high enough in the air.
Well, we had one at one point in my youth, and then a windstorm took it down, and it was deemed not worth fixing.
Because I know my dad poured concrete and built a pole because we weren't getting Monday Night Football very clearly, you know. So I was like, well, God damn it, we're not going to, my kids might not have straight teeth or good self-esteem.
But we're going to watch the Cowboys.
They're going to watch Monday Night Football, God damn it.
No, we flat out didn't for a long time. I would sit at the kitchen table out in the kitchen and listen to the radio.
And then watch Home Alone 2 on VHS in August.
That's the other thing. We had a huge VHS collection, so that's what we did.
And where did that come from? Just accumulate them over time?
Some of that, but mostly it came from my mom ran the video rental in the bar that my grandparents owned, like a small town bar, and I don't know. I think it was all a pretty homemade operation. Mom was just like, "Well, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of movies and rent them out of that place as a little side hustle."
That's wild. That's how big movie rental was in the 80s and 90s, that a town of 300 people, there was enough demand to make that work.
Oh, this was in a different small town than the one I grew up near.
Oh,
okay. This was a small town of 15 people.
Yeah. Amazing.
It's it's now a literal ghost town.
Like, thinking back, my hometown, and I bet 1990, in my little ass hometown, there were probably 4 to 5 places you could rent movies.
Isn't that
nuts.
Crazy? What the hell?
Of that. Like, the grocery store in town just cleared off a wall and put shelves and rented movies.
Mm-hmm. The gas station in town had movie rentals.
Yep, 3 of our gas stations had movie rentals. Yeah, fuck, that's wild.
I rented Silence of the Lambs from the Cenex in my town so many times.
My mom started working at the one gas station that rented movies. God, I pled with her to rent me Predator 2 for so long. And, it's a movie my mother hated. Predator 1. So she was very skeptical. Our family had the Predator rule, where we never could rent R-rated movies unless Dad wanted to, and Dad really liked Predator.
That's a nice loophole to wiggle through.
Yeah, please rent Predator. Please rent Predator. Please. I think I'm gonna rent Predator. Yay! My mom would just sit in the living room and drink coffee. Or the kitchen, I mean. I just don't see why you guys want to watch this. Because it's dope.
My old man would have thought Predator was dumb.
Yeah. Dumb?
Yeah, like, fucking Alien, really? Like, my dad would there wouldn't have been enough cowboys in it for my dad to be into.
My dad he could get into, as long as it was really action heavy, he could get into sci-fi type shit. The only thing I don't think ever appealed to him, because I remember thinking, man, my dad will actually dig The Matrix because it's so action heavy. I think that super stylized shit seemed kind of silly to him.
Sure, I can see that. I could see a dad thinking that was dumb.
That was silly. But John Wayne shooting a guy on horseback from the hip from 200 yards words away. Not silly at all. Gritty
Right.
realism.
Yeah. Well, my dad was he would watch those movies, but be miserable to watch them with. Like, oh, he's got a revolver. That's the 8th shot that he's shot.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to do something else? Like,
Should we put another
that was-
movie in?
oh, he was riding a bay horse just now, and then now he's riding a chestnut horse. What the hell? Nobody even pays attention when they make these movies, I guess.
Like,
How many?
Are you
How many shots that repeater got in it?
are you like reporting this to someone?
Right.
Do you work for the state?
Miserable to watch with. He was the same way watching wrestling, like calling out every little thing. Like, oh, I guess he's just gonna lay there while that guy goes to the top rope. It's like, you should go somewhere else.
Yeah, yep. That generation of men, there was a lot of them that they just couldn't admit to themselves that they enjoyed wrestling. My dad had a lot of that in him. Like,
That 100% was my old man too.
it's like, but yet still sit there for 2 hours and watch it.
Absolutely, watch 2 hours of Nitro every fucking week. Bitch the whole time. WCW Saturday Night came to Bismarck. He and another dad took me and a friend of mine, and we went, and they bitched the whole time. Like,
Who bitched the whole time?
the dads. Like, we watched every fucking pay-per-view, at least every other one.
If you didn't want to be there, you could have got out of that as a dad. Like, you could have just you boys go do that. We'll go sit at the hotel bar or something like that. You know,
God forbid God forbid anybody knows you enjoy something.
don't act like you're not getting something out of this.
Unbelievable. Like, I didn't know that at the time, but looking back, it's like, yeah, man, we watched fucking Nitro and Thunder every week, and most of the time Saturday night as well.
That's wild. Yeah, like that was like if you didn't have cable, wrestling came on so infrequently, it'd be like Saturday night's main event, which was like once every 5 months. Then
Right.
my dad would just take pity on us. Okay, you know, you kids are clearly psyched about this, but anything else, nope, click.
Yeah.
We don't need to watch the same John Wayne Western. We've seen it so many times.
I've seen the Cowboys so many times.
I mean, Cowboys is pretty dope, but yeah.
Cowboys is a good movie.
Yeah.
Not the 80th time it loses some of its luster.
We got to tackle the news every once in a while, the big news.
Oh,
You know,
boy.
I don't want this to become the kind of podcast that I don't want to go down this road, but we got to tackle things here. I'm talking
Oh, boy.
about the Jeffrey Epstein list. And I'm talking about Stephen Hawking. This can't be true. Can it? Is this true?
If this is true, what a monumental fall from grace.
So I don't have to tell you this. I'm not very plugged into what's happening in the world.
Yes, that's accurate.
But from what I was hearing, and this is all online, so it could all be lies. What they're saying is this man, when he'd go to that fuck island or whatever the name of it actually is, he had a preference to have, oh man, one of the little people in a state of undress doing calculus equations on a chalkboard that was too tall for them to reach comfortably.
I saw that also, and there's no way that that's real. That's
I have-
too ridiculous to be real.
Like people screaming about the Epstein list, I'll always be like, whatever, this seems like, rich people do bad shit next, you know? But if there is shit like that on there, I'm QAnon. I want to get to the bottom of this. Because if that's true, what else are these guys getting up to, you know?
Like, listen, Stephen Hawking was a very smart man, obviously, but there's no way he invented whatever you would call that fetish.
They shipped a chalkboard to an exotic island.
We
The little
commissioned
people.
little people sex workers who still had to have some knowledge of advanced mathematics.
How many high-end little person call girls can there be in the United States?
Is it triple digits? I bet it's not.
No way. No way. I bet it's under 25.
Now,
Man.
of those 25, how many are willing to do math equations?
Maybe that's where QAnon has it right. That wasn't the work of one man. There's a shadowy organization gathering all these tiny sex workers.
Are they all kidnapped, maybe? Is that what's happening?
That wasn't just Jeffrey Epstein Googling shit on his phone during a plane ride. Like,
Right.
there's an army of people helping him set this shit up. Unbelievable.
Are these tiny mathematicians being trafficked? Is that what this is?
Did they look for tiny sex workers that had a basic knowledge of calculus? Like, you couldn't be just like a dum-dum. Like, because Hawking would smell that out. He wanted you to have some knowledge of it.
Like, if I told you, Nathan, here is a suitcase, and this suitcase has $50,000 in it. I need you to find me one little person sex worker who has rudimentary calculus skills. Where would you even start? What is your first phone call going to
Oh
be?
my, yeah. Yeah.
What
How do you
do
get
you
the ball
Google?
rolling? Yeah. Well, I guess I just start with a simple Google search and go from there, I guess.
Oh my
What a
God.
thing to explain to your spouse what you're doing for money.
Right. Honey, come to bed. I can't. I'm in the middle of something.
I've noticed you haven't been getting those LinkedIn notifications. Honey, I got something better than a job.
I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of this.
I'm going to have to travel for work for the foreseeable future.
Holy moly. As far as like, oh, can you, like, there's no way Stephen Hawking was there. Like, I'm of the opinion you either have to take the list as factual or the list as not factual. You can't be cherry picking.
Yeah.
Just because
That's-
somebody you like is on there, you can't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, it turns out Bill Nye is on there or something like that. Like, aw.
Oh, that would be a bummer. Yeah. I somehow doubt that Bill Nye is on the fucking is on Toddler Fuck Island's flight manifests.
I don't think he was quite the master of the universe they were looking for. Like, he had a syndicated children's show.
Right, yeah. Beekman, on the other hand, I could see Beekman being a fucking pervert.
Beacon was too depraved. They sent him home.
I'm sorry, you're just too much.
You know, he fucked the giant mouse guy, right?
Lester the rat.
Holy good.
Why would I? What day is my car insurance bill due? Couldn't fucking tell you.
You know, if I was your age, I would have been. I enjoyed that show, even though I was a little too old for it. Like,
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I think that show came out when I was like junior high-ish. And like, if I would have been like 10, I'd have been all over Beekman's World.
It was no, and I think this of Bill Nye too. It was no like I was far more interested in Wishbone or Reading Rainbow or Ghost Rider. You know, like I was way more into the literacy focused shows than I was the science shows. But those are the two flavors of fucking student, right? You want to be a English and history kid, or you want to be a STEM kid.
Yeah. If you're a STEM kid, you wouldn't be doing this right now.
No, I wouldn't. I would
you'd
be making way more money and have
You'd
far
be a
better things to do.
Father of three.
I would have way better things to do than talk about Taco Bell with you for hours at a time.
Fuck islands. I have a memory of a show called Mr. Wizard in my head. I feel like it was on cable, so I didn't see it much. But in my head, it was just an polite elderly man who would have a child in his kitchen, and they would just mix cleaning products together and see what happened. In my head, it was very DIY.
Holy shit.
Because I just seem to remember more than once the cloud of chemical smoke got to be scary, like where they would like be out of character.
We need to replace the kid again. We accidentally made mustard gas again.
Got a cattle chute shooting 7-year-olds out.
Somebody with a hot shot prodding them up the alley. Go on, get.
You get now.
You're the new Rudy or whatever his name was.
Yeah, just no respect for their audience. Kid clearly isn't the same kid. They're calling him the same name.
Fucking James Bond replaces him all the time. Get out of here. If he can do it, so can we. Let's get them fans turned on, you guys.
I'm wondering now, I might be mixing up memories. That might have been Canadian TV because they played pretty fast and loose with decency.
Child endangerment laws.
Yep. I remember a show when I was a kid from Canada called Mr. Dress Up, and it was just an old man putting on clothes. Like, in my head. Hey kids, I'm going to be a pretty lady today.
Holy moly. Mr. Dress Up was definitely on the kindergarten island.
Or he just wants to be real bad.
Holy shit.
They keep sending him away.
Oh my God.
And I bet if I Google it, he's like a beloved children's TV host that has never done one thing. He's Canada's Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, but to you looking back, you're like, I don't know, some fucking Canuck sex criminal was on television.
I must have really liked the show. At one time I took the camera, which was a big no-no, and I took a whole roll of pictures of the TV.
Ah, that's fun.
Just because I think I wanted to be able to watch it when it wasn't on.
Not quite how pictures work, but
Yep. Just those memories. Oh, I remember this show. We're having
remember
fun.
this is the one where you put on a hat.
Yeah. Showing them to my mom.
I was going to say coworkers, but you're 35 in this scenario that I.
Oh, see, in my head I'm like 3, like thinking she's going to be as impressed with this as I am.
Look at this.
He dressed up like a butterfly.
Expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember my mom not being impressed when she got that film developed.
Why do we get duplicates of this?
Panorama shots.
The only manner of like even vaguely Canadian television that I remember is the motherfucking Red Green show on public broadcasting. God, we watched a lot of Red Green.
God, yeah, you're right. That was Canadian, yeah.
Yeah, keep your stick on the ice.
Yeah, I think that was something that was like an institution, like lasted like 20 seasons up there.
Yeah, if you told me that Red Green in Canada is regarded as favorably as Dan Rather is in America, I'd believe you.
That's how hard up I was for anything resembling good TV as a kid, that when that would come on, I'd be, okay, here we go. This is
All right, buckle in.
This is at least not a soap opera or some insane sport that they should not be televising. God, I remember watching so much garbage sports as a kid because it was on ABC's Wide World of Sports. Be like fucking 2 elderly women in racing canoes. Like what? Who is this for? Like,
Why is this on the television?
is this an Olympic sport? Like,
It's making me actively sad.
is this like when you pay to get your own book published? Did they pay to have this race televised?
I'm gonna go play Nintendo.
I don't like any of this.
I always had that as a retreat. If I didn't like what was on the television, I could always go play Nintendo or read a fucking book.
Yeah.
Later, it was go play a game on the computer.
Look at this. All these options.
Oh yeah, living real big.
Gonna play Win Double Dragon 2 for the 37th time in your life.
You just got to do that super move over and over again, that jumping knee.
Got it. That was a sign of boredom as a kid. Well, I'm gonna beat Mario 1 again. kind of got the hang of it. Takes away the excitement.
I've memorized that weird last castle where if you take the wrong path, you just keep repeating that section. Now I know what I'm doing and can fly through it in 40 seconds.
God, that was as a kid. I remember thinking, like, welp, that's it with my, because video games aren't for me, because I'm ready to throw this thing out of a fucking window. That goddamn repeating castle level, like, God, just like my dumb 7-year, 8 and 10-year-old brain not be able to fucking grasp that.
I was able to work through that. What always got me, I was always, and for all I know still am, because it's not like I've gone back and tried, I was always too dumb for Zelda. How do you play Zelda? No clue. What do you do in Zelda? Couldn't tell you.
I rented that and I thought the game was broke. I was like, oh, this just doesn't work. I'm not hitting anything. There's a sword on the box. I don't see a sword. I want to use a sword, but apparently we got a broken game. Like,
any game like that, the first Final Fantasy, fucking Dragon Warriors, nothing. Anything that had a menu pop up, it was like, nope, nope.
This isn't for me.
Inventory, no. This button runs and this button jumps. That's how video games work. I know this is well after the fact. I want to circle back on the Arby's, Nathan.
Okay.
Like, call me, as you can imagine, it's been on my mind. First of all, delicious, outstanding, as always. Arby's never misses, and if you think you're better than Arby's, you stick it up your ass. The fried mac and cheese balls, I'm going to give it a B. I'm going to give it a solid B. If you order the mac and cheese balls on your own, I would recommend a dipping sauce. Get you a Bronco Berry or a fucking Arby sauce or a horsey sauce, anything. They're a little bland.
I have a quick question.
Oh boy.
Does the B stand for boner?
The B in Arby's?
I'm going to give it a little B, not a big B.
Oh, the rating. Okay.
I give this 3 chubs up.
No,
You need to review fast food from your car and have a hard-on rating system.
Like the Hustler boner ratings?
Yeah.
The jalapeno poppers get a T for turgid.
H for half staff.
These jalapeno poppers are so good, I'm going to have to stuff it up into my waistline.
Gets an S for sweatpants.
Yeah. You can't push it down. You'll only anger the beast. You got to flip it up into your waistband and put it to sleep.
You either got to flip it up or quit eating.
Suck it down, horsey sauce with a hard on.
You got your camera set up on your dash. You're all sweaty, screaming.
Got the dash camera and a second camera lower, just pointed directly at my crotch.
We have movement.
Well, looks like these curly fries ain't much to write home about.
Wah, wah.
Softy.
Yeah, you have like a morning zoo radio.
Boing.
A lot of sad trombone. Oh man, that ain't a bad idea.
I would, as somebody who has been spending more time on TikTok within the last 2 months than I have ever in my life, you would not believe how many people are out there reviewing food in their car. Holy moly.
Yep, I've seen some of that. Like, it crosses my Instagram feed. Like,
apparently they'll sell a dash cam to just fucking anybody.
And some of them just have like, if you can make it funny, that's awesome, which I believe you could. But just like giving me an honest opinion about it, that don't do nothing for me. Like, hey, you know, this
You
new
got to
McDonald's
provide
sandwich.
some entertainment. Yeah.
Yeah, like fucking do a pratfall. Like, eat shit, walk into your car.
Fall on your bag of food and take too long to get up.
Yeah. You should be in legit pain. You should be crying.
Yep.
I gotta do it. I gotta fucking eat this goddamn sandwich. Get dislocated a rib.
Bleed.
I hope you fucks are happy. It hurts to swallow.
4 out of 5 still likes the food.
Yeah. Still always gives it an honest assessment.
From what I can tell, there's 2 kinds of I'm sitting in my car eating and reviewing the food types. They all fit into 2 folders. One, I have 0 personality. There is 0. I have put 0 work into this. I bought a burger and turned my camera on, you know, and I have no jokes. I have no, I'm just taking a bite and going, oh yeah, that's pretty good. And that's as entertaining as it gets. And then in the other folder, you have, I so desperately want a Food Network show, but they won't return my emails. And this guy, always a guy, I don't know that I've seen a woman yet doing it, but this guy is always so fucking irritating. Like, way too on, way too, like, acting like a Food Network host, you know?
I think there are women in that line of TikTok video making, but they're
Probably.
tiny, pretty women, and they're eating a whole squid. Like, you know, they're never eating, they're always eating wackadoo shit.
At that point, maybe it's not about the food.
I have a hunch it's not.
I think there's a lot of anime fans who are watching that for something different.
Just soiling their already soiled sweatpants.
Double soiled. Well, I think the front of these are going to be bulletproof before long.
Jesus, double soiled. That's a term they use in the dry cleaning business.
Double soiled. Another pair of double soiled.
He has front stain and back stain.
Yes.
Holy moly. I went out on Tuesday to an open mic and I realized I grabbed the wrong pair of sweats for that one. That was from the dirty pile.
Wait, what is the wrong? I have so many questions. First, what is the wrong pair of sweats? Why are they wrong?
There's a pair of sweats on the floor. I thought mistakenly that was the wear again pile, but nope, that was in the these need to get burnt pile.
More questions. God damn it.
So there I am, stuck at an open mic, hanging out like a loner. I'm like 15 feet away from everyone.
Stinking to high heaven.
Yeah, just don't want anyone to get in the danger zone.
Holy fuck.
They either think I'm egotistical or that I'm kind of like mysterious. Who is this loner?
Holy shit. Yeah, who is this handsome, mysterious man in his disgusting sweatpants?
He reeks like piss.
More questions.
I did address it on stage. I was like, "Hey, for you people up front, listen. I'm gonna apologize in advance
For the crotch smell that is wafting off of these sweatpants.
It's a lot of layers to this flavor profile.
It's nuanced.
You getting some mesquite in there? That makes sense."
What's that cooking philosophy? We got all 4 ingredients: salt, acid, heat, and fuck, what's the other one?
There is something to. God damn it.
Fat is the easiest one.
Yeah. Holy, I'm nailing almost all of those. You're welcome.
Shit. Why? If your sweatpants are in that condition, why are they on the floor?
That is true. Mistakes were made, Marlon.
Why are they not
There's a
in a
dereliction
hamper
of duty.
or in the washing machine?
The hamper right there. But I got 2 pairs of sweats that are identical. That's the problem. Can't do that anymore. We need different colored sweatpants.
Secondly, why are your I could put these on and wear these out into public pants also on the floor, apparently?
Yeah. Well, they were I'm going to wake up. I'm a night showerer. I'm like, I'll just wake up and throw these on. They don't get put back on the shelf.
But they don't get... You don't put them back on the shelf or like on a chair or on top of the dresser?
They might have been on a chair. That is true. Might not necessarily have been on. They weren't folded up neatly in a dresser drawer is what I'm saying.
Oh, man. It's just there's a lot of very preventable things in this story.
A lot of checkpoints were missed, Marlon.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to tell you that my methods are sound.
Good.
There's some. We definitely could use some ship shaping up in the old sweatpants department. How about the fact that I'm leaving the house in them? That's trouble right there.
That's what I was just about to get to. Like, man,
you should wear pants with a button.
They'll sell proper pants to anybody. You don't need a special license or anything.
Doesn't have to be a holiday or a wedding or a funeral.
I mean, who am I to talk? I let the fact that I was wearing basketball shorts limit my food options not 4 hours ago.
In your car, sweatpants, winter coat, barefoot, getting Arby's.
I also was barefoot. I put on my slippers.
Oh, that's so great.
I was wearing what I'm wearing now. Cut off flannel shirt, basketball shorts, bare feet. Just put my slippers on.
No winter coat?
No, I had a hoodie on. I had a fucking ratty hoodie on.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to be getting out of my car, so fuck it, I guess.
Who am I to judge? I am in no position.
Right, yes, accurate.
Covered in horsey sauce, barefoot, middle of January. Horsey sauce in your eyes, have to call an Uber.
Shoving mac and cheese balls down my gullet.
Leaving your car running outside of an Arby's. Calling an Uber in a panic. I fucked up.
What are you wearing?
The Uber driver has to get out and lead you by the hand to his Honda Accord.
No, not up front. You sit back here.
Okay. Is my car safe? Your door's open. Yup.
Still eating mac and cheese balls. How many did you buy?
How many pockets does that sweatshirt have?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, halfway through, you start crying.
Horsey sauce.
He watches you just walk into the garage and use an eye wash kit you have set up.
We go through this fairly regularly.
Yeah.
Well, you get horsey sauce in your eye. I bet that sucks.
Yeah. Of the RB sauces to get in your eye, it's probably the worst.
That's probably the worst one. Yep. What a list I've never thought I would have to compile. Holy shit.
Ooh, see, all of this could be great TikTok content.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. I'm fucking up by not putting this on the internet.
You give a quick rundown of what you're wearing and then get into the food. I'm wearing 2 beach towels.
In your mind, if I'm wearing 2 beach towels, is it like a tops and a bottoms?
Yeah, kind of like a
just daisy chained together.
I mean, that's probably the smartest way, but I'm picturing one around your waist under the gut like you would if you're leaving like a shower at a gym.
Like
and
I'm
the other
in a
one,
Turkish bathhouse. Yeah.
The other one is under your armpits above your titties. Like,
okay, that's how I had it in my head too.
holy fuck, you pulled up into an Arby's drive-thru in January with bare shoulders. I mean, in July that would be alarming, but the dead of winter would be so great.
Would be way worse. Yeah.
Yeah. In a fucking red and white Marlboro fucking beach towel from 1992.
Had a streak of white sunscreen on my nose. Roast beef, please.
I was really on one this afternoon. I don't know what's going on.
That's how I order. I just shout roast beef, please. Which sandwich? Which do you want something to drink? I've already pulled ahead. I'm rolling up on the window.
You just have a $20 bill mushed against the glass.
Oh shit.
Ooh, it's cold out. Yeah, man, you don't have a shirt on.
I'm bitching about it like a child. It's so cold.
Immediately you get happy when the roast beef comes out.
Yay!
He never gets his change.
Horsey sauce, please. I drive away without the change.
He paid with a 50. Every once in a while you pay with a 10 and they just let it go.
Yeah. It all evens out.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Roast beef, please. And then just try the head.
That son of a bitch is wearing a fitted sheet. Looks like Emperor Palpatine.
A goddamn toga party. Oh shit. Oh my god. So I don't know if I brought this up on the podcast before, but I've been watching Cheers. Turns out Cheers is a pretty good show.
Yeah, Cheers is damn good.
There's an episode in season 1 where Norm is in charge of throwing the company party, like the company holiday party. Mm-hmm. And ends up, of course, we'll do it here at Cheers. And but we got to make it fun for people, so decides to have a toga party for his company at Cheers. Yeah. And Norm comes in, and the big joke is he's the only one who wore a toga. No one else is going to. They're all accountants. Nobody's going to wear a goddamn toga. He comes in wearing a bath sheet toga, and Norm's bare shoulders are so alarming. Like, I was not ready for how unattractive Norm, or whatever that actor's name is,
George Wendt.
George Wendt's shoulders are. Holy God. Because you only ever see him in a suit, so to see him bare-shouldered, like, he's got so much neck, there's so much hair on his shoulders. Oh, shit. I wasn't ready for it.
Fun. You ready for a fun George Wendt fact?
Happens so often we should have a sound cue for it on the soundboard. Fun George Wendt fact.
His nephew, his nephew, if you're wondering, Jason Sudeikis.
No shit.
Yeah, because I saw
that's Ted Lasso, right? Is that who Jason Sudeikis is? Okay, yep.
I saw an interview with him where he was talking about, like, you know, just deciding to get into acting. He's from like the Midwest. He doesn't come from like an entertainment family, really. But and that's what they were asking. It's like, oh, I bet that was really wild. Like, it was probably like so foreign to you. But he's like, yeah, but you know, my uncle is George Wendt. So like, we had someone in the family that had done this. I was like, what an odd. I love my uncles. I'd trade almost any of them for George Wendt.
Absolutely. In a heartbeat.
What a random treat to get at the holidays.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, I get to hang out with Norm from Cheers. I don't know if people are aware, but Cheers is a pretty fucking good show. Holy moly.
Yep. It's
the jokes per minute on Cheers is assaultive. Literally every other sentence is a good joke. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know how you do it.
And like, it's so well cast too.
Yeah, they're perfect.
Like, shit. I mean, it lost a little bit, I think, when Shelley Long left, but Kirstie Alley brought her own thing. And like, and the fact that they lost Coach, he died, and they got Woody fucking Harrelson, who was a then unknown, and he adds his own thing to the fucking show. And the random characters that you don't see at the bar, like Phil, that chubby guy with glasses, whenever he gets a speaking line, it's like, look at that, giving Phil a chance to shine. Like,
or is it Harry, the shyster, who's always like con manning people?
Yep, he pops in and out. Yep. Well, then he eventually got big enough, he got his own show. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a judge on some show, right?
Yeah, he's the
Night Court that
Night
he's
Court
on?
judge. Yeah. Yeah, I forget he was. Oh my God!
Turns out it's good.
That fucking French ladies man that starts popping in towards the end, like.
I ain't seen him yet. I'm still in season 1.
Oh fuck, man! You were in for so many treats. What's that streaming on?
Hulu.
Fuck, I gotta remember that. Fucking Cheers is like, yeah, it's so fucking good. And it's like good background too, because it's not like it's a reoccurring storyline, you know? Right,
yeah. You know, it's just archetypes at some point.
Yeah. Just that fucking intro music, fucking... You need to do some self-examination if that intro music doesn't put you in a better mood.
Right? Dun, 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 dun. No, it's very good. I've been going back and forth between Cheers and The Bear, because I like that show also.
Oh,
and I never did see season 2, and I fired up season 2, and about 90 seconds in, I was like, I apparently need to rewatch season 1, because I don't remember any of you people.
You look scared.
Who is
What's happening? Tipped your TV over.
I remember The Bear. I don't remember any of the rest of you. That is not his name.
Calling your one neighbor who made the mistake of giving you their phone number in case of emergencies.
Who are these chefs? Marlin?
You're always calling, you're panicking about the school bus. It's too big. Cars shouldn't be that big.
What? Twice a day it comes.
Somehow always terrified. You never get used to it.
Every morning and every afternoon. It's back.
It's peeking through the blinds.
Boy, we have really made me an absolute fucking idiot in this episode. I'm scared of the school bus. I got horsey sauce in my eyes.
You're wearing beach towels.
Wearing beach towels in the winter. We've really taken me down a peg or two in this episode.
The listeners have been saying that your ego's getting out of control. So
we'll take care of that. Welcome, by the way, to America's Barley Basket. Fuck.
Only 70 minutes in, we did it.
Awesome. Yeah, we got there eventually. We always do.
Yeah. We got the wrestling mention out of the way right away.
Did we? Did we talk about wrestling today?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, and we talked about you being at wrestling.
Oh, yes, we did. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Thank God we got our wrestling quota.
So those are really the only two bases we got to touch.
Yeah. A lot of food in this one.
Yeah. You know, have we discussed eating at a gas station? That's a staple in most of our...
That is a staple.
A lot of gas station dining. Holy shit, that's alarming that that's a common part of our life.
That's the TikTok channel, is you and me eating at gas stations.
Yeah. There's something there, because a lot of people will dive into fast food. It takes a truly broken soul to eat at gas stations.
You swinging through the coffee cup in Steele, North Dakota, and getting a basket of chicken gizzards and reviewing those in your car while you're driving.
God, you reviewing gas station cheeseburgers while Nine Inch Nails' Hurt plays in the background. We should go with the Johnny Cash one.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of like the Nine Inch Nails version. Has a meanness to it.
Yeah, it's real desolate.
Yep.
Yeah, because it gets really loud towards the end. That'd be when you're eating.
Yeah. Just clip that repeating piano that gets so violent, like that. That piano gets so crescendo-y.
Oh,
not a word.
They have a song called "Something I Can Never Have" that's really slow and sad. You just happily eating a cheeseburger while that's playing.
Not saying a word, and then just 4 out of 5 at the end.
In our travels together, would you have had any 1 out of 5s yet?
For gas station cheeseburgers specifically?
Yeah, there was
Absolutely.
That one. Yeah. There was one that you were shook by how bad it was.
Yeah, I forget. Where were we coming from? Grand Forks?
No, that feels like it was a South Dakota one, but I might be wrong.
We're thinking of 2 different ones for sure, because there Jesus Christ, it happens so often that we got to.
There was a Grand Forks one, but your instincts are correct. You're right,
and you're right about there being a South Dakota one, because it was the same gas station that had those fucking expired sixlets from back in the fucking Babylonian era, wherever those things fucking came from.
Food with not one natural ingredient had expired.
Yeah.
That's like, can paint expire?
The burger that I was thinking of, that Grand Forks one, it didn't make sense. How is this bun so wet, but this patty so dry? What is going on in this tinfoil?
2.5 shot glasses of tap water was in the bun of that burger.
Holy fuck. You could have wrung it out, like poured it over your head like you were in a goddamn Tresemme commercial, flipping your hair back and forth. God damn. Meanwhile, that fucking burger you could have patched a drywall fist hole with.
Yeah. This should be something that we are on.
I mean, we did kind of do this on my Instagram with your fucking terrible experience with your first twin bang. We have dabbled in this.
Yeah. Because there aren't many dirt dogs out there that got the cojones to eat fucking enough gas station cheeseburgers to make a series out of it.
We always get gas station food.
You'd have to have like your own specialty doctor, like you were a deathmatch wrestler.
I don't think Blue Cross Blue Shield's going to cover this, Marlon.
Yeah, you got to cut checks for this guy. Yes, yeah.
You got an abscess made of just discount burger bone dust that settled into the side of your colon.
You're getting colonoscopies every 5 weeks. You get an at-home machine.
Is there any way I can just kind of do these on my own? I'd probably find a YouTube video on how to do these, right?
It's got to be a thing.
Choke down a couple of dog sedatives I stole from my buddy and just hope for the best.
Holy fuck. You got company visiting, you forget that that's what's waiting for them in the fucking spare bathroom. Kick back the shower curtain.
Bottle of dog sedative in the medicine cabinet and a goddamn drain snake stuck to the side of the shower wall.
A lidless container of Vaseline. A broom handle you've clearly been biting down on.
Oh shit. We gotta get after it. I'm a health nut.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice for your art.
Marlon, you got 7 followers. This is not worth it.
Oh boy. I have a little bit of homework for you.
Homework now.
I want to make sure I bring this up before we wrap this up here.
Okay.
Friend of the podcast brought up that Babes, former nightmarish lead into early Simpsons.
Oh my God.
Babes is pretty available on YouTube now. Someone has leaked Babes, so
holy moly.
I think we should keep it pretty, loosey-goosey. We don't got to provide a recap. I just think we should each watch a couple of episodes and then give our thoughts.
100%. Yes.
Yeah. I watched like 5 minutes of one months ago. It's a hard swallow, man.
I bet it's very sensitive.
Yeah, right. Yes,
to those poor women.
They should just be hitting these women in the face with cream pies. Like, it's just, they are just making them into clowns.
I mean, that would do it for somebody.
Yeah. So if you are willing and able, I think that's a thing we should do for next week.
Absolutely. I'll take a Cheers break and watch some Babes.
Boy, it'll make the Cheers go down easier.
Cheers is already good, but I'm sure it'll look like $1 million next to Babes.
Now if this goes well and the listeners enjoy it, we got to see if Drexel's Class is on YouTube.
the Dabney Coleman show.
Oh goodness, but yeah, I'm ready for Babes, and I think Babes is ready for us.
All right, yeah, I'll knock out some Babes for sure.
There we go.
I'll watch some of that shit.
What a life we lead. Hey, can
Yep.
you possibly watch an hour of TV? Oh, I'll try.
I guess.
No promises.
Jesus Christ, I give and I give.
Really cut into my roast beef time.
Man, Arby's is so good.
Yep, it's unfairly dunked on. It's a good fast food.
People shit on Arby's and it's so good.
I think people should be dunking on Burger King, but Burger King is so sad that it's not funny. It's punching down.
Yeah, it's like dunking on a 9-year-old.
Yeah, like making fun of a kid in a wheelchair. Like it's
Burger
like
King is garbage.
Yeah, and Burger King used to be good. I will die on that hill.
Yep. I will still give Burger King this. Their nuggets are pretty good nuggets.
Okay, I know they were fucking $1.50 for 10 of them, so you couldn't argue.
Yeah,
you couldn't argue about the price.
Give you a goddamn wheelbarrow full if you ask.
If you were like a weekend pro wrestler, you consisted of purely nothing but Burger King nuggets.
Yeah. They also, back in October, I don't know if they're still around, but back in October, because again, I'll order anything that you put on your placard as a new item I should try. They had ghost pepper chicken fries that were pretty good, pretty spicy for, anytime a fast food place is like, this is spicy. No, it's fucking not. It is spicy to your most limp dick customer, because you're appealing to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
But as far as a fast food spicy item goes, got a fair bit of kick, and those were good.
Look at this. I mean, yeah, every once in a while they'll stumble upon their past greatness, but boy, always the worst service, always not even open half the time, and just
the worst cheese in the game. There's something about Burger King's cheese that is so repulsive.
Oh, no shit. I don't know if I've ever paid attention to it.
Yeah, there's a taste to their cheese that will stay with me the rest of the day. The taste of their cheese will survive my midnight brushing.
Yeah, you just look sad the rest of the evening and no one knows why. Like did Marlon get some bad news? Nah, he had a Whopper with cheese.
Yeah, no, he had a Whopper earlier. He's having a tough time.
Maybe that's the reason they make you ask for the cheese.
Yeah, because they know that you don't want it.
Yeah, they're trying to do you a favor.
They're trying so hard.
No, because that's always been a Whopper thing. You got to pay extra for the cheese.
Yeah, no cheese on a Whopper. Gotta ask for it.
And they'll give it to you. You won't like it.
Along with 3 double handfuls of lettuce. I have eaten salads so much smaller than the amount of lettuce you get on a fucking Whopper.
Yeah, they don't fuck around with the lettuce. And the wettest, thinnest, but still giantest slab of tomato.
I always get no tomato because I can't stand tomatoes, but
tomato the size of a cantaloupe with a 1/8 width. You can read through that tomato slice. Well, what I'm sure they're looking for is a tomato slice that's big enough to cover a Whopper patty.
Yeah, they want it the size of the bun. They're buying very specific tomatoes.
They can't trust these kids to count out 3 or 4 tomato slices.
Nope. Which
their heads start to hurt.
Every Burger King is the worst service.
Yeah, these kids can't count to 3.
Oh God! Every Whopper has so much lettuce. What's the cheapest ingredient on this thing? Make it 85% that.
How can we make them more angry they came here?
Oh my God! That fucking long fried chicken sandwich that everybody likes.
So
that thing
much
sucks
lettuce.
so bad.
Oh, I like it.
No, it's so full of lettuce. The bread, there's so much. That is the thinnest chicken patty.
You see, here's
and
what you
then
do.
So much breading, and the breading has a grit to it. It's like cat litter. Like, who wants this?
What you do is you open it up, Marlon. You take your pinky, make your pinky like the blade on
I
a
hate where this
bulldozer,
is going.
and you just push that lettuce out of the way. And
Why
you
not
ask,
order it with no lettuce?
but you got to have some. I want some. I don't
Oh
want to eat
my
it plain.
God.
And
Okay.
then I ask for an extra mayo packet and apply some fresh mayo to it. Then, then you're living.
That's the other thing is it's got fucking mayonnaise on it. I'm not a big mayonnaise person.
Oh, I'm a
but
chicken sandwich. I'm a mayo boy.
you know what's this is not. I realize how it sounds. This is one of those food things that you're like, there's no way that's good because it sounds disgusting. But you get, like, let's take a better chicken product and let's say the McChicken at McDonald's.
I would
chicken
not agree,
patty.
but here we
What?
go. I'll play along with you right now.
As if you believe that. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Chicken patty, lettuce, and mayonnaise. Usually pretty healthy dollop of mayonnaise on that fucking thing. You get a side of sweet and sour sauce, and you put that on there too. The combination of mayonnaise and sweet and sour is outstanding.
You know what? I just for the sake of the podcast, I wanted to have some pushback. That sounds pretty good.
Like, sweet and sour is my preferred, like, nugget dipping sauce.
Yeah.
You know, like you mix it with the mayo that's already on that McChicken, you're having a good time. You're gonna make a mess in your car.
I was fucking ready for you to say something like peanut butter so I could just come out swinging, but that sounds pretty tasty to me.
I can give you that one. I know you're gonna hate this one. You take. I usually make this with one piece of bread, but you could make a sandwich with 2 pieces of bread if you want. But I'm a 1 piece of bread and fold it over guy when it comes to this. Bread, smear peanut butter on there. Quite a bit of peanut butter on there.
Okay.
And then you put red onion on there.
Oh, good God.
And you fold that in half and you eat that. A peanut butter red onion sandwich. Pretty fucking solid. I ain't going to eat them every day, but that's a good-ass sandwich.
You should pull your fucking license for eating shit like that. You should have to ride the bus.
It tastes like Thai food because they put peanut sauce on everything and there's onions in all of it. If there is a Thai person who heard me say that, they're so bummed about what I just said. It's like Thai food. You take that back.
Why should I go out when I can just make this at home?
Why would I go support a small business when I can have a peanut butter and onion sandwich?
Oh boy.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I was ready for you to really get out of pocket on that one. What do you mean you don't dip your McRib in an Oreo flurry?
It was just fucking last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? But time is meaningless. Talking about fucking caramel dipping your chicken strips. I maintain that's probably still pretty good.
That's so wild. Well, that's what keeps people coming back.
Get a little caramel drizzle on them chicken knobs. I bet that's perfectly acceptable.
Your hot drizzle takes is what keeps people coming back.
You fucking put syrup on chicken when you get it with waffles. You're just deleting the waffle and putting in caramel.
The whole chicken and waffles thing never makes any sense to me either.
Oh, it's so fucking good. I could eat a lot of chicken and waffles right now.
I will eat them, but I want them separate. Like I don't want I don't want shit mushing together. Like
no, that's why it's good. The fucking syrup gets all over the chicken, and then you're eating the sweet waffle with the savory chicken and the syrup all over all of it.
I mean, I get that it's a thing, but yeah, like, and people like it, but boy, oftentimes with a lot of food, I'm keeping shit separate.
You take it another step further and you get hot chicken and waffles, like hot Nashville hot chicken, and then waffle and syrup. It's spicy and sweet, and you're sweating. Oh man,
Shirts off.
shirt off. I have definitely been at Hattie B's in Nashville thinking I should probably take this shirt off because I am sweating through it right now.
I'm picturing some woman who's been working 9 hours in a 12-hour shift at KFC, pokes her head to see how long the drive-through line is, and she can see you clearly taking your shirt off behind the wheel.
Oh shit.
Just looks at that picture of her kids she keeps above the fucking cash register.
Peeling my shirt off and clapping. Hey, so excited for KFC.
You're 6 cars away, she can hear you carrying on.
Singing a KFC song I've clearly just made up.
Don't forget the honey.
Chicken time, it's chicken time.
Beep, beep.
Don't forget the coleslaw. Just shouting.
You're banging 2 little cymbals you brought with.
Buckets, buckets, buckets. More gravy, never enough gravy.
You drop your debit card out the window of your car and start crying. Some nice civilian gets out of their car, picks it up for you, hands it to you. You panic because they're a stranger.
I have never dropped my debit card or dropped my money outside of the fucking, like, in between the car and the window, but that is a genuine anxiety fear that I think of every time I'm in a drive-through.
I got a death
What would I
grip.
do?
Yeah. I had a woman hand me change, and it was windy out, and every fucking dollar of that change went flying down the street. And to be fair, it was 100% her fault, and she just goes, "Sorry." I'm like, "That's not gonna cut it, lady." Because this was like 1998. I had a job that paid $5 an hour, and I just lost $14 in change. Like, that's not. You're gonna have to make this right.
That's a whole morning of work, lady.
Yeah. I'm not gonna pay $20 for a Buster bar. She could retort with, "Why are you getting a Buster bar at 10:45 in the morning?"
Valid question. Valid.
Well, we've really bombarded them with fast food talk.
Yeah, this has been a pretty food focused one.
It sure has.
I think a lot of them are really.
Yeah,
if we go back.
We like treats. There's no way around that.
Keep an eye out for our gas station food TikTok channel. That'll be fun. That's where we can review the Scotcheroos, Nathan.
Yeah. It's all coming together.
Junction. Pew, pew.
Yeah, like every episode doesn't have to be the same. One's a cheeseburger. That's the sad, mournful one. Then there's a happy, exciting Scotcheroo one.
Yeah, it's just gas station food. Doesn't need to be specific. You don't have to narrow the theme down so hard.
Yeah. You already have a channel name. It's just gas station food.
I want to hear more pitches. I think we can do better than that. Well, we'll work on that, and in the meantime, everyone else enjoy themselves. We will be, we telling jokes this weekend? Yes, we're telling jokes, but separately. We're not together. Mm-hmm. We're on the internet for this one.
Yeah, the distance is palpable.
The heart is growing fonder. Yeah, we'll watch Babes. We'll watch a little Babes for next week. That'll be fun.
Fuck yeah.
All right, you enjoy yourself, buddy, and everyone else too.
Bye, everyone.